Good. There we go. You got 13 seconds to get ready. Sprawls. I'm glad you're here, Eric. You don't have to. You don't have to talk. All right, let's go. Let's go. Sprawl, sprawl, sprawl. I love that camera angle, Talia. Great. Nice. 20 seconds. Come on. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Good job, everybody. You know what? Everybody's got a nice dummy. That's a first. That's a very first. The Torrenados, even though I've been doing them for years and years and years and years, I know that when I drill like this, like what you guys are about to do, I know that I can always sit a little lower. I can. It hurts. It sucks. But you know what? When you really do a Torrenado against a person, you really want to get down, all right? Like anytime you lower your base, you're less vulnerable to getting swept or pulled off balance, and you're just stronger. So Torrenados. Torrenados, named after the bullfighter, the bullfighting pass. All right, we got 10 seconds, guys. Go. Good. Come on, 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Yeah, I noticed, Eric, you were doing Torrenado with like a little knee on belly, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's a variation. You can definitely do that. And I actually do that too. I like to get around, get that knee on belly, get around, get that knee on belly. In fact, maybe I'll build that into Friday, or I'm sorry, next week. I'll build that in, or Saturday. I forgot. Saturday. We do the Saturday too. I'll put that into Saturday. But if I just do Torrenados like a madman, and I just move. Oh my gosh. That's probably for me the most tiring drill in this whole lineup. Backstep pass. You could do this any kind of way, right? You could do this like long backstepping and just do like a little like reverse side control. Or you could do like a little quick one on your feet, just get back and set. Or you can get on your knees and just kind of spin. And this, you know, you can do this like from a north-south position. So if you like pretend like you have north-south and then you just kind of pop up and back step, that works great too, okay? Let's get it going. Nice. Five, four, three, two, one. Good job, guys. You know, one typical mistake a lot of people in the very beginning make when they find themselves in a position like this, right, against the body, is that they lean back a little too much this way. You guys see that? All right. And when you lean back like that, what you're doing is you're taking away from the energy and the power that you're pushing into their body. And also, not only that, you make it easier for them to push your face or maybe even take their leg and put it around your head and pull you back. So you got to find a way to like lean a little forward, like lean a little forward into them and not just sideways or back. Like, I know, Eric, you've taken judo for years. That's one of the first things you learn in judo, because like if you do it wrong, well, they get you right away, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. We got the knee cut pass. "15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. I noticed a bad habit that can develop from using a dummy with the knee cut, and that is something like this. If I put my foot in between the legs and I put my hand like this and I go to cut with my hand like this, it creates space right here that if this weren't a dummy, they would take that far side leg and put it in here and interfere with my ability to make this move happen. So what I want you guys to think about is this: not just putting your hand here and doing a sit out like this, but putting the elbow down on the dummy and sitting out with your this. All right, I'm talking about that right there, that connection, not that connection. You guys see that? Not here, but here. And in fact, you feel the pressure of your elbow pushing down on their like their hip area. So just keep that in mind. I was doing it myself, and I was like, it's more comfortable because I have more space, but not right. All right, we've got the jump pass. Do you know this one, Eric? So you do it like this. You do a side control, you throw like this. Here. See that, Eric? Good. Nice, Sierra. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. That's a real cool, in tight example of like a jump pass. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a Torrenado variation. There's Kitty. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm holding your knees and I go Torrenado around this way, right? I start to go around this way, and my opponent shifts their hips and knows that they can't let me do that. As soon as they shift their hips and give me a fight in the direction that I'm going, I push the knees down and I jump my feet up and I go to the other side, just like what we were doing. Does that make sense? Can you visualize that? Grabbing the knees, you go one way, and then as they react, you immediately just, boom, you jump to the other direction. You might not have to get your feet up like that the same way. You might have to get your feet up real high because you're controlling their legs. But in the side control variation, you might have their legs interfering with you. So that's why your legs go, up like that. All right, here we go. Side control to mount. Anyway, anyhow. Side control to mount.
Side switches.
Oh, sorry, this, right? Okay. Side switches. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Hey, so Sierra, do you feel like the difference in the dummies?
Yeah, there's a lot difference.
Especially with that last move, right? It brings your upper body a little bit. It gives you room for your hips to move underneath. Like, that's a lot different, isn't it? Yeah, I'm happy for you. All right. You're right. I messed up last time, and now it's side control to mount. Lots of ways to do that. You can grab your foot. You can go like a good side control to like a knee on belly. You can do like a reverse quesa, like where you do a lot of shoulder pressure with your shoulder in their face, and then you sort of pretend like you're reaching out, grabbing their knee, and then you take your leg and put it real high and you go over top. There's a lot of ways you guys can do this. I'll even show you a real fancy way here when you guys finish. I'll show you a real fancy way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't know if Eric, you were around that day that Italo Lind came to do a seminar. This was maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. He's a GFT black belt. You know, classmate of Pimenta. You know, really good. He came in and showed us a side control to top mount technique that involved like your arm under their neck and digging your shoulder into their neck complex. And there's details I need to show you about that. But the idea was you put so much darn pressure on their face that the rest of their body goes weak and allows you to pass real easy. So, you know, with these new dummies, these nice quality dummies, you can get your arm under their head now. You can get it under the neck and approximate that feeling. What do we got next? JUJI-GATAME from the mount. Yeah. I'm going to be looking a little like carefully at you guys just to see how smooth that happens. You know, like how tight it is. You know, no space. Don't let your hips ride up. Keep your hips low. All right, here we go. Go. Nice, Talia. Much better. Yeah. I know, Sierra, this is a lot easier than that other dummy, huh? Yeah. Woo, nice. Good. Make sure you guys hug with your arms. Don't go grabbing that dummy's arm like you're eating a cheeseburger. Not until the very end. Yep. And when you guys are on a mount and you go to do the arm bar, slide your hips up first. Get your hips up. Don't go initiating from a hips low on their hips. Slide up. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. I think I remember the first time doing this technique, or around the first time I was doing this technique. Up to that point, I just knew how to punch people in the face, throw them down, you know, put them in wrist locks, bend their fingers. You know, I knew all kinds of small joint manipulation. I knew how to, like, you know, chuck a spear and swing a sword. And, you know, I was basically in my Kung Fu era. And when I learned that you could put a person's arm in between your legs and lift your hips and break their arm with such ease, I was just like, whoa, that's some cool stuff. You know, sometimes it's harder to remember those early phases, you know, like, gosh, you know, just think back. That was a long time ago. That was like the 1994, 93, somewhere in there, maybe even 92, 91. Actually, it was early 90s. Americana. these arms could be a little longer on these dummies, you know, but they're not bad. So just do the best that you can. Do them from side, do them from top, do them from wherever you want. Americana. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. In judo, the name for that technique, well, Eric, you know, right? What's the name of that technique in judo?
Is that JUJI-GATAME?
We weren't doing JUJI-GATAME. We were
Oh,
doing
the American. Oh, JUJI-GATAME. Man, I should know this.
You know, the
Wow.
coronavirus will do that to you.
I spent all this time memorizing throws and none of the submissions names.
I'll give you the first clue, okay? Udi.
Oh, Udigarami.
That's right, Udi Garami.
I knew the Garami was in there somewhere.
Yeah. Entwining. So the arm entwining lock, gatami. You know, gatami usually means lock or joint lock manipulation. So next up, around the world, everything, whatever you guys got. I mean, even if it's something we don't even practice, just have fun. I don't care if you punch the damn thing. Just move all over.
Pride little soccer kicks.
Yeah, man. I'm going to do a couple right now. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there's definitely a need for some more technical attention to things on the dummy. It's just that that would be a different kind of class. That would be like a technique kind of class. And Junior and I have been talking about that. Like when things open up, how we're going to utilize the dummies. We're going to have, two different modalities. One where it's just technique and the other where we're working out and technique. It's sort of a blend. I think right now, especially where we are in this climate, having some kind of conditioning, some kind of fitness level is really important. I mean, if you don't have fitness, you could be the best. You could have the best technique in the world, and if you can't finish, they're going to finish you, real soon. So I always thought that conditioning was my secret weapon when it came to competition. I knew that that was at least one thing I had control over and one thing that I was probably better at than my opponent. And I use that to my full advantage. So what do we got? We got sprawls.
Hey, Gary, I got to head out for a meeting. This was awesome.
All right, Eric. I'll see you,
This
man.
kicked my ass. I'm coming back.
All right. Hey, Saturday, same time.
Awesome.
All right. I'll see you, Eric.
Thank you.
Sprawls. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, quick question. Can you guys do a cartwheel? This is the time for this signal, right? Is that right? Right? I don't know about a cartwheel. I was thinking about throwing a new technique in at you guys next week. It's called the cartwheel pass, and it works perfect for the dummy. I want to show it to you real quick while you have a minute. So that usually your opponent is sitting like this. And then what you do is you either give them a little push on their head and they fall back, or sometimes you can just do it right where you are. What you do is you start down here and you put your arm like this. And you do like a little, I don't know if my legs were in the picture, maybe they weren't. Did you see what I did? You basically are doing a little, not like a cartwheel that's real high up with your feet, but your feet are at an angle, you know, just to get over their legs. And you just do a little cartwheel and you end up in a north-south. I don't know. Maybe next week we'll throw that in. All right, Torrenados. Woo! Nice. Come on, Sierra. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5. A half. You guys were anticipating, right? Anticipating. You know, that's another thing that is very hard to do is decondition or detrain yourself to stop when the clock stops. You know, to run a race and right at the finish line, kind of slow down. You know, we've all seen Chariots of Fire, right? Where, you know, I think one of the guys was like, you know, I won. And he just relaxed at the last second and somebody else just went, and beat him. You know, usually like you fight the way you train. You perform the way you train. And so if you train always just kind of give up at the last second, it'll catch up with you. All right. Sometimes what you'll do is you'll collapse. Maybe you'll be like, I'm done. And you just collapse. And in that collapse, you twist a knee or hurt an ankle or do something to your shoulder or hurt your back. So you always want to try to finish strong and finish on good technique as if there would be another 2-3 seconds. You know what I mean? And that's hard to do. That's hard to do, especially when the screen's red and green and you know what I mean? But just remember that, okay? Back step pass. Nice, nice, nice. Come on, 30 seconds. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. In the HIIT classes, Talia, that you do, when we do jump squats or lunge jumps, and look, I'm guilty too. I'm guilty of this. When that thing goes, we have to kind of, even if we're mid-stride or just landing, we have to kind of like set or put ourselves in good form and not just collapse. You know what? I've done that, made that mistake, and a lot of times my back, that's my Achilles heel, my back. Something will go in my back. You know, especially if I do like a jump squat. If I do a jump squat and all of a sudden I hear then, or if I hear and I haven't landed, sometimes I'll just like, you know, stomp my feet or fall to the ground. So the screen paused, but it's on 25 seconds. It's on 20 seconds, all right? Just keep going. I'll fix this on the next round. So we got knee cut, right? 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Knee cut pass. "30 seconds. Come on, keep going. "20 seconds. "10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. So we got a minute here. Hopefully I can fix this. All right, there we go. We're back. All right. Technology, technology, technology. Have you guys been feeling the effects of getting in shape? Little effects, little feelings?
I feel much better than I did a month and a half ago.
Yeah. I
Me
feel,
too.
you know what? I'm like 9 weeks in, getting ready to hit 9 weeks of consistent hard work. I feel better than I have in 4 to 5 years. It was actually since the last time I did this. Honestly. Here we go. Jump pass. Three, two, one, go. Let's see how many you get. I'm going to count you, Talia. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 10 seconds, come on. 22, 23, 24, 25, one more. 25 and 1 for good luck. You know, I've mentioned to you guys a fighter by the name of Johnny Fernando, a Brazilian who came to America probably about 5 years ago. And he didn't know a lick of English. He didn't know nothing. I had to teach him, what's up? And I think for a year, that's all he would ever say. He'd say, what's up? Right? And I saw him working on the dummy one day doing that jump pass. And I was a brown belt at the time. And I had never seen it or done it or never even like considered it. And I saw how efficiently and how smoothly and just how beautiful that move looked on that dummy. And that was the first time I saw that. I was like, damn. And so we built it into our conditioning program. Even in the HIT program, Talia, like if we're back at the school one day doing something like that, I throw a dummy out and that's one of our drills. Even if you don't do jujitsu, I have you do that move. All right, side switches. All right, I'm counting you, Sierra. Each switch is a number. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, record pace, 27, 28, 29, 30, come on, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42 and 1 for good luck. Hey, that was really good, Sierra. I like to put my arms in a couple different ways for that drill. I'll do it like you did, resting my forearms. And then I also do one where I do like a sprawl feeling. And I will pop up just a little teeny bit and throw my legs through. I'll do that. And then another way I'll do it is I'll put my arms over on the other side and let my chest put the pressure on my opponent. You know what I mean? So I put it on the ground, I let my chest put the pressure, and I just switch. I mean, that drill can be done in a whole bunch of different ways. It can be done like constant pressure. It can be fast, explosive hip twisting. I mean, there's just a lot of things we can do with that drill. Side control to mount. And then when you go from mount back to side control, Remember, that's a process. You lean forwards, kick your heels to your butt, go to like a knee on belly, and then slide to your side control. And then do it all over again. Side control, mount, dismount to knee on belly, to side control, okay? We don't want to just dismount all sloppy. All right, here we go. Side control. That's it. I like the knee. Good. Now, how do you get off of there? How do you get off of there? Kick yourself in the butt. Good. Nice. That was it. Nice, Talia. You like that north-south, huh? I'm glad you do. I love north-south. I've built a career on north-south. Nice. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Almost finished, you guys. You doing any sweating over there? Good. You get out what you put in. Wait.
That north-south to Mount. That was the first time I've heard of that. What was that, 2 classes ago when you mentioned it? I love it.
You know, I need some time to show you some special details because that is one of my specialties. You ought to go to Jitsi and look up the scorpion armbar because I cannot tell you how many people I've put in that move before, like black belts, like masters, like, you know, I don't like to brag and stuff like that. I'm not gonna, but I've beat a lot of high quality people by putting them in a north-south position and making them helpless. And that really comes from my judo background. I'll tell you the next round more about what I mean, okay? But the next one we have is, what is it? JUJI-GATAME? Side? Yeah. Armbar. All right. Three, 2, 1, go. I'm counting, Sierra. 1. Actually, video is not working too well, but I'm going to say you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, one more. One more. Come on. A solid, I think, 11. You know, definitely 10 or more. Good job. So north-south, let me just tell you, like back in the early 90s, there was no jiu-jitsu here. It was only in magazines like the Gracies offering $100,000 if anybody in the world could beat them. This was before the UFC. And I took interest and I got a video on it. And I was watching all these backyard fights and I was just really amazed with it. And so I looked up a judo academy, which is the best you could get. And I found a master, a good old master that was just talented as could be. And this is going to lead into my next conversation, okay? Because I only have 30 seconds. When we go to minute rest, I won't be able to talk like this. In in judo, their methodology is a little different. Their avenues to victory are a little different. The way they teach and the way they do competitions is a little different. And that's going to have to do with north-south. So I'll tell you about north-south in the next rest. All right. So here we go. Americana. All right, let's go. 30 seconds. Yeah, it'd be nice if those arms were a teeny bit longer, but that's why I don't like to use my hands so much. I like to use my forearms when I do Americanas. Yeah, like that. That's a good habit to get into, is just getting those forearms on it. 10 seconds. Time. Yeah, I need time to show you the forearm aspects of Americana. But so north-south, right? In judo, you can win in a competition by holding somebody down in a pin. So for instance, side control. If you were to hold somebody in side control for 25 seconds, the referees hold their hands up and go, "Ippon," which means the match is over, you're done. Okay? It's like a submission in a way. And so when pins are avenues to victory, you know what? Like, you're going to get good at doing pins, right? So north-south is a pin in judo. It's a very, very powerful pin. It's my favorite pin. And in jiu-jitsu, they don't really favor stalling, or they call it stalling. They don't want you to just hold a pin. They want you to move. And sometimes if you randori or roll with people and you just hold them in pins, they think you're not cool. They're like, "What are you doing, man? You're just holding me down. You're pinning me." I could hold people down and not go nowhere if I wanted to, but it's not cool, right? But I tell you what, if you can't hold somebody down, but then you learn north-south, and then all of a sudden now you can, you need to learn that, all right? Geez, I still have more to tell you. Around the world, okay? 8 seconds. All right. Gosh. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. This is it. This is the last round. Come on, push it, ladies. Push it, push it. Nice. You guys are looking good. 30 seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Way to work hard, ladies. Hey, so the last thing I want to say just about the north-south is you won't see it really taught so much in jiu-jitsu. And I think it's really just instructor preference. You know, like if you look up Marcelo Garcia and study who he is and what he's done, one of his bread and butter techniques is a choke from north-south. If you haven't seen that or learned that, you got to learn that. Okay, especially if north-south is a position that you're going to start doing. And look, I'm gonna put a little more of that in next week. Okay, and when you start getting it north-south and you learn that, wow, you can hold people down, you can control people, they can't get away. Well, now you can start implementing submissions, right? You don't want to just be fumbling in the dark. You don't want to just hope you accidentally bump into a submission or that you just get lucky or somebody just makes a mistake. What you want to do is you want to learn how to control them first. I mean, that's number one. Then once you can control, then you can start to attack. You know what I'm saying? And so the Marcelo Garcia north-south choke, you ought to just check it out. Go to JUJI-GATAME, look it up. There's lots of variations. He is so good at that. There's nobody better in the world than him at that. And then also look up the Scorpion armbar. All right, I teach that on JUJI-GATAME. I learned that in a magazine in the 90s. It was like a kung fu magazine too. It was, you know, like jiu-jitsu wasn't really in, so it was still karate. You know, and these guys going like this on the magazines and wow and stuff like that. And there was just this little article, you know, by this Russian grappler, and he was teaching that move, and I was like, "Dang, that's a good move." So hey, thanks, ladies. I'll see you Saturday, okay? All right, way to work hard. Bye-bye.